beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today's video and story is going to be on how I found out I was pregnant, my reaction, Lucas' reaction, our family's reaction, and what we did to prepare for our baby boy. Stay tuned. Let's just jump right into this video. Okay, so I remember like it was yesterday, y'all. Like it was February 24th, and yes, this was during COVID. So, well, this was before we even knew really about COVID. So, but anyway, that's another story for another day. It was February 23rd, and I was on the phone with my sister Candace, and my sister, we was just talking, talking about our menstrual cycles, stuff like that. Just talking about just stuff. I don't even know. That's how it happened. Okay, so she had a dream like that somebody was pregnant. And I'm like, oh, well, it's not me. It's not me. Whatever. I'm about to come on in a few days. Like my cycle's supposed to come on in a few days. She was like, no, I think you need to take a pregnancy test. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, I'm fine. She was like, no, Brianna, I really think you should. No, she was like, no, Brianna, I really think you should take a pregnancy test. I'm like, girl, I'm not pregnant. I'm going to wait till my cycle come on. It's supposed to be coming on soon. Hold on. But she like kept saying, she's like, no, just go get a pregnancy test. Stay on the phone with me. So I'm like, okay, you want me to stay on the phone with you, go to Walmart, come back and take a pregnancy test? Yeah. So I did just that. I went there, still on the phone with her, went and got a clear blue. This one right here. A clear blue pregnancy test, and I took it. I was just sitting there in the bathroom like, okay. 5 minutes go by. I'm like, all right, it should be time to check it now. So I wound up checking it, and it was a line and a faint line. And I'm like, it's a line and a faint line. It's not faint, it's another faint line, but it's two, but it's a faint line. And she like, no, that mean you early, like you pregnant. I dropped to the floor crying. And it wasn't because I was upset or nothing like that. It was more so I'm like, ooh, my mom about to be so mad at me. Like, my mom about to be mad. She about to be so mad. And I just was crying. And my sister like, get up off that floor right now. You done graduated at a university. You got your own business. Your business is going well. You grown. Like, stop worrying about that. Mom is not going to be upset with you. She's not going to be upset with you. Things happen. Yes, you wanted to be married before, you have a baby, but things happen. And I was just like, no, it wasn't supposed to happen like that. It was married before my baby or whatever the case may be. So I always, beat myself up about that. I now recently stopped beating myself up about that because I was like, it's going to happen. It just did not happen how I wanted it to happen, but it's going to happen. So I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, that happened. I got up. I was like, I just got to figure out before I come to my mom, I have to have a game plan. I got to figure out what I'm doing, what I'm going to do, what we're going to do as a unit. Like, I need to have a game plan. So as soon as I got off the phone with my sister, because Lucas was at work, so he wasn't there at the house. I was like, no, I need to get a game plan together right now. So as soon as we got off the phone, I started getting the game plan. My sister was helping me, like, get everything together, stuff like that. And I started jotting down things like, okay, well, I got to do this with my business. I got to do this, do that. Like, I just jumped into hustle mode so quick. I turned it up all the way because I said, it's no other choice for me. I'm having a child. Like, I don't, judge anybody who has had an abortion or who condones abortions, but I don't. That's something that I just do not do. I would never want to do. And that was something that Lucas had already knew. And that was something he also said, I would never, this is out of Lucas now. I would never tell you to get an abortion. I don't condone that. I don't want you to do that. If we was to ever have a child, I would not want you to have an abortion. I would want you to carry my child. And that's just what it was. So I already had that in my mind. Like, we both already knew that was no option for us. While Lucas was at work, I was like trying to figure out how I was gonna tell him. And I was also just jotting down things we need to do, and things I need to do, he needs to do, whatever the case may be, to prepare. And I'm like, dang, how am I about to tell him? Like, how am I about to give him this? Am I gonna be like, or like, like, how is I gonna be able to do this? And I figured, I was like, you know what? I already know when he come in, because I kind of already knew the routine. I was like, I already got dinner. I finished up dinner, whatever the case may be. I'm going to just sit it on the side of him, because I already know he either going to watch TV or play the game, because he don't got work tomorrow. So I'm just going to sit it up on the side of him, like, I'm just sliding like that. And that's what I did. I was just like, when he wasn't looking, he was playing the game, he was deep in the game, like, I just slid it over there to him, like. And I was already working on my clients, so I was, busy getting my clients done and stuff like that. So he get up and he like, what's this? And he look at it, he like smiling so hard. Oh, we having a baby. I was like, yeah, I don't want to tell nobody yet. Oh, we having a baby. And all of a sudden, before I could even tell him, like, this is the reason why I don't want to say anything yet, because I want us to get a game plan together before we come to our parents to be like, hey, we're expecting whatever the case may be. Here he go. He called his mom. He was like, Mom, you about to have another grandbaby. And she was like, what? Let me see. And so he showed her the pregnancy test, and she was like, that line a little faint. I think you need to check that to ensure that it's real or not. Bree, which is his sister, was like, sometimes those faint lines don't be accurate as much, because it really is really faint. And I'm gonna show y'all, I think, in the little description thing, that's really faint, because I don't think that you could see it. Can you? Yeah, so this is the first test ever that I took. And it was like the one line was decent, then the other line, it was real faint. So now it's probably a little lighter now, but at first it was real faint. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is legit or not. So I wound up the next day going to get those dollar tests, and I got like 6 of them, and I peed on all 6. I peed on all 6 of them, and all of them was like 2 line, and it was heavy 2 lines. And I'm like, yeah, I'm crazy. So I was like, okay, well, this is legit. This is legit or whatever. So in the next 2 weeks, we had already had our trip, our vacation to New Orleans already planned and booked. So we was already preparing to go there. And I was telling her, I was like, I really need to tell my mom, but I can't tell her until I have a game plan, until we both have a game plan of what we going to do. And so he keep telling me, he like, but you need to tell them. You need to tell them. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell them, but just not right now. I got to get the game plan together. So my sister Dominique called me, and her and Lucas got this funny thing where my nephew looks like Lucas. It's so crazy. But my nephew looks like Lucas. So my sister be like, you need to come get your child. You need to come get your child. And literally they play like that, and here he goes. I already got a child in the way. So I'm like, Lucas, why would you say that? Why would you say that? And she's like, nah, knowing y'all a little secretive, but y'all probably are. You probably are pregnant. You probably are pregnant. I'm like, he's playing with you. She was like, and she hung up. So after that, I was like, Lucas, can you stop? I was like, I'm excited too, but I'm like, we need to figure this out. So he was like, come on, let's figure it out now. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we was just getting things together, stuff like that, and especially before our trip, because we was really trying to enjoy ourselves. And we figured out, finalized everything, still finalizing things while we was at the trip. But we wound up getting to New Orleans, and I don't know if it was because I knew that I was pregnant or I was really like feeling symptoms, but I was like feeling real sick, like I was craving stuff, like it was real crazy. And it was so cute because I just felt like Lucas was like, you okay? You want to do this? You want to do that? You want to do that? I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm okay. He was actually sitting in the bed, and he was massaging my feet, and he's like, "Babe, you really need to tell your mom. We really need to tell your mom, that we're expecting or whatever the case may be." And I'm like, I started crying. He's like, "No." He said, "It's gonna be okay. Just let's call her." I'm like, okay. So I call my mom and I tell her, and it was like a silence, like it was silent. And she was like, "Where Lucas at?" I was like, "He right here." I him the phone, and yes, I wanted y'all, to be married before baby, but I understand, things happen or whatever the case may be, and I can't. I'm upset, but I'm not upset. I'm very happy, that I have another grandchild on the way and stuff like that. So when I got that, like her, it wasn't like approval, but her blessing, I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little better now. And my daddy, his reaction was not like, I thought it was gonna be crazy, but because he's like, I'm daddy baby, so I thought he's gonna be like, my baby is having a baby. Oh my goodness, like he was just like, all right, no, you're gonna do what you gotta do. You're already, doing what you got to do. I know that you and Lucas gonna, make sure that your baby is good. We're all here to support you, stuff like that. That was how everything happened for us, my side of the family. And then his side of the family, when they found out, like, they was all happy too. And I remember getting a call in New Orleans, and they were like, "What BB doing? How the baby doing? How they doing? Da, 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 da. Is she okay?" Like, always checking over me and stuff like that. And that's something I loved about his family too, because it's like, as soon as they found out about BB, like, they just accepted me. They loved me, and it's just like they team BB. And I like that. But other than that, it was like, it was good. It was a smooth sailing after that. Me and him was just doing what we had to do, and it was fun. We just had so much support and love. And right now, we still got, the support and love from both sides of the family. So, soon as that happened, we wind up, like, COVID came, like, hit us, like, boom. And we wind up going to Chicago for 3 months, and just figuring out everything and stuff like that. We wound up staying at one of my Airbnbs, and we figured out everything. It was like, okay, well, at first our whole game plan was, before pregnancy, before baby, I was moving into my own apartment, and he was moving back with his parents. And we was gonna work it out that way, and then when we got married, whatever the case may be, we was gonna move together. Of course, we was gonna have to switch up that now that baby is involved, because I remember it was one day night, we had a conversation on a single family home, like us being under one roof, and a 2-parent household, and me and him both agreed on being under one roof, being in one household, and just the pros and cons of it, or whatever the case may be. And we was like, okay, we're gonna have to find a house, like a place together. And lo and behold, we found a place and moved to Atlanta in June. And after that, like, we just start preparing for our baby his arrival, and making sure his room is together and stuff like that. And as soon as we got them okays, like, we was happy. Like, all right, like, we can now tell everybody. I didn't tell everybody until my birthday. So if you follow me on Instagram, I came out on Instagram on my birthday, because people swore I was just gonna still be snatched, BB, just snatched, and I was snatched all right. I was big and pregnant, because at that time, I think it was 5 months. I was 5 months that time, yeah. So I was big and pregnant, and just I'm gonna put some of my pictures up here somewhere. It's gonna be up there, wherever. That is it for this story of how I knew I was pregnant. I hope you guys like the story, and also, I'm wishing babies on all y'all. Anybody who watched this, I'm wishing a baby. I'm just playing. No, I'm not. I'm wishing a baby on you sprinkle baby dust on you, okay? But hey, I hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.